Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. Today we're going to be looking at Marvel Legends Secret Wars Daredevil figure. Daredevil hasn't come out on a single card release for a long time. Had to buy a 3-pack, or before that it was a Defenders 4-pack. There were many Daredevil figures back in the day, but for us newer collectors, we were really having a drought on Daredevil, so this figure is much anticipated, and I think that they, for the most part, knocked it out of the park, but they did not give us 2 fists, which is absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, let's go on to the figure itself. He's got, I think, mostly new build, but because I don't have some of the newer figures, like some things are in the States right now, separated from me here in Japan, and I can't have access to some of the newer figures. I don't have the newer Punisher to compare him to. I don't have some of the other new sculpts, so it's hard for me to be a good judge on what exactly this buck is, but I think it does have a lot of new parts, if not mostly everything. But as usual, we're going to have this hologram shield, the so-called lenticular shield. It's got Matt Murdock and Daredevil. Cool for kids. A lot of adults are probably not going to care much about it. We do have a nice effect, which is a real change. Daredevil doesn't usually come with effects for the Marvel figures, so that is very nice to see. And if I can get this tape off, I'll get out his alternate hands and his new version of the baton. His new version of the baton is done better than usual, and I think most people know about it, but a few people out there might not know the details on it. So let's start with the accessories. So if we go to this baton first, you can see it has silver paint on either side. Is this in focus? Come on. I don't know how it can be this out of focus. Okay, there we go. So it's got silver paint on either side with a black stick, and I think that works very well because it goes with most Daredevil costumes. Some of them over the years have had like strange designs, like there's a red one, there's the white one. White is kind of hard to use as an all-purpose thing, but I think this black one works well. So you can pop this off, but it does come with a slightly new feature that I think is better. There's this little tabby in the middle, so you can pop this part out too, and then you can have both of his batons looking normal instead of having like a little peg sticking out of them. So, okay. And of course you can reassemble that, and using a few tips from like maybe X Scorpio or some other YouTubers that modify their figures, they've recommended you can easily put some wire in the middle there and then link it up so he can actually shoot it out like a grappling tool that Daredevil regularly uses in the comics. So for the other accessory, we have these 2 hands. So the open palm and the fist, he needs to come with another open palm and another fist so he can block and punch, but they shorted us on that, and out of the box he comes with 2 gripping hands that are for holding those batons. I think they're a pretty good sculpt, but I do wish that he came with the base hands that Daredevil needs, so it's kind of crazy not to. Okay. I wanted to show you real quick that effect piece. We can just peg it in here into his back, and then you kind of reposition it as needed for the pose that you've got. So this is what he looks like. Okay, with that. All right, that's his radar sense if you're new to Daredevil. But okay, and the figure's aesthetic, I think it's really pleasing. I really like what they've done with the chest. I think his arms are sitting a little low for the shoulders, but I don't think it's too bad. He's got broader shoulders. This looks more like the Daredevil features that I would know for his body. I was tempted to get the Mafex, but I always thought it looked a little spindly, and I'm very glad I waited because I can get, how many of these? 3 of these equals 1 Mafex Daredevil, and the Mafex Daredevil is popular, so it's even a little bit higher priced and harder to get. So yeah, I can buy 3 of these for 1 Mafex, and then I have Daredevils to spread around my displays, so that's nice. But anyways, let's move on to his posability. He does have the aesthetic of the Secret Wars old toys, so that's why he's got these black lines on him. So some people like it, some people don't. He can look up great, he can look down great, but he is on a hinge ball peg, so his attitude is going to be quite limited. You can wiggle it just a little bit, but not a whole lot. But I think it's better than usual. So, okay, and then his arms, he does have butterfly joints that go way back. So these are really functional, like the most functional butterfly joints I've seen on a Marvel Legends. And forward, maybe less so, but I think he can still get a lot. He can get a lot of crossbody for this, so that's nice. Okay. His shoulders will go up a little bit past 90. He does have the biceps that kind of look ugly at times, but they're not terrible. And he does have double jointed pinless elbows that will get you back as far as you need, I think. Okay, he's hampered by his bicep, but that's not a bad thing. Okay, and his baton hands both have vertical hinges. So 2 vertical hinges. Let's look at these real quick again. This was a horizontal and a horizontal. So yeah, I think they made the right choice with the baton gripping hands. So okay, his diaphragm joint goes side to side a pretty decent amount, back a little bit, forward more than the typical Daredevil, or sorry, more than the typical Hasbro Marvel Legends version. But then he also has an inverted ab crunch, so he can go back, way back, and I'll move his arm so you can see that. Okay, and forward, way forward also. All right, okay. And then he does not have drop down hips, but he can kick up a little better than 90, just slightly better than 90. It seems pretty functional. Out to the sides quite a bit. He does have thigh cut. This part is actually planted into the plastic, so you can't move that or modify it. His double jointed pinless knees will get you back that far. He does have boot cut, which is nice. It's functional, and mine is not loose for this one. Okay. I have another one at home. I have it all posed up, but I actually got it into a really nice pose, and then I just don't want to move it. So, okay, feet forward that far, and he does have an ankle rocker. Okay, and we're gonna see ankle rocker, ankle pivot. I guess I usually say ankle pivot. Okay, we are gonna see what he's got for his height measurement. I've got him here. In the background, I have the Matt Murdock from the Netflix series, but with the Armored Daredevil's alternate head, Matt Murdock head. So this guy is standing at 6 and just slightly over a quarter. So almost exactly 16 centimeters, 15.9 or 16 centimeters. Okay, and if I compare him to this one for the height, keep in mind this is based off the Matt Murdock from the TV show. Okay, I guess from the Born Again TV show. All right, that is how he compares. He's just a little bit taller. If this will focus on him. He's standing a little bit taller. I'm going to do a head swap real quick. See if these will work with each other. First, we'll try the thing that we don't usually expect to see. Okay, and next we'll try what everybody is waiting for. Okay, it fits on, but it fits really, really, really loose. But I think this is going to work for most people's standard. If you put a little bit of putty in there or a little bit of something, probably even some kind of tape would do it, just to make it a little bit tighter fit. But I think it looks pretty good. I like it. All right, sorry, it keeps going out of focus. Okay, so that's the Daredevil. I think that a lot of people are going to be pleased with this figure, and I think this is probably going to do it for my Daredevil figures. I don't have a whole lot of Daredevil figures, but I got 3 of these, so I have enough Daredevil for my displays and enjoyment. But basically, this guy is a very nice welcome addition to the toys around me, toy displays around me. Okay, put him in kind of a pose here. Whoops, if it will focus on him. Waya! He's got to put his mask on, right? Okay, thanks guys for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget, F-Ice, F-Ice, F-Ice all day long. All right, that's it. Bye for now. Law and order, come back in America. Thank you guys. Bye for now. Waha!